Hey guys, what's going on? This is Eurymachus, and today I've got the Mac-10 weapon review for you guys. Now, first of all, I think of this as a really crappy machine pistol. It has high fire rate, fast portability, really bad recoil, and on top of that, it's horizontal and it's like really hard to control. The spread is average in terms of an SMG. If anything, it's a little bit below average or way below average, but the way below average is because of its recoil, not so much because of the size of its crosshair, but its recoil pattern is very horizontal. And yeah, the power, it's super weak. I think that this might actually be the weakest submachine gun I've ever had, like way weaker than the MP5 Ross. I think it's weaker than the Uzi, but I'm not quite sure. If any, it's like on par or a little bit weaker than the Uzi. That's just how I found it to be. It's definitely not for anything outside of in the butthole quarters, because you'll just get completely raped. Its sideways recoil makes it so hard to control. It's got a really bad damage drop off, and you're just gonna have a lot of trouble with it outside of close range. Now, that being said, with its horizontal recoil, it is not good for headshots. I don't really mind like a weapon that has a lot of recoil, and I leave because of the spec noobs, and I'm kind of, you know how I am, you know. So I just think that this weapon should be used really situationally, and you're not gonna do very well with it if you don't play kind of tactically, if you know what I mean. You want to try to be as close as you can. The closer the better. Like, you want to be in like knifing distance. Like, in some situations, I actually prefer my pistol over this weapon, because this is just so terrible in terms of that. Alright, damage 33, portability 85, rate of fire 90, accuracy 60, and recoil 75. Firing modes, full auto. It's a GP standard, and you can get it as soon as, like, this is one of the default weapons that you can pay for. And one day is 800 GP. It's not that expensive, but there's certainly better guns out there. It's not like super fun to play like the M960 or something like that. And this guy has a heavy vest. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. So the Mac-10 has like a ridiculously high damage drop off. It's got lots of issues. If you try to extend its viable range. I do that sometimes up to like medium ranges, but it's kind of risky, and you're gonna have to definitely burst. Tap firing is pretty much out of the question. Its spread recovery is pretty terrible. It's got pretty bad accuracy, and yeah, the recoil screws with your mind, and the damage drop off makes you rage quit. So I didn't exactly choose the best map to play to use the Mac-10 on. And there is a hacker in this game, so I do leave. Sorry to spoil the fun for you guys. You're like, oh my gosh, when's the hacker gonna come up? Oh my gosh, because this is Comet Arms. I mean, it's not a gameplay video without a hacker. Tell me about it. So the Mac-10, I don't recommend it for you to use it in any serious play. It's not a very good weapon. The portability, like the MP7 has the same portability, and that's pretty much the only plus on this weapon. And the MP7 definitely outclasses this weapon. MP7 and this have the same horizontal recoil, but the MP7 does have less, like, it has, I mean, not recoil, it has the same amount of portability, but it has less recoil on the MP7 mod compared to this weapon. And the damage drop off on this weapon is heftier than of the MP7 mod. In terms of damage drop off, it is on par with the types of quote-unquote machine pistol, like the M960, and I would think that the Uzi, and the MP5 Ross is doesn't have as bad of a damage drop off as this one does. Like, you're doing like shotgun pellet damage. Like, each pellet does like 8 damage. You're doing like 8 damage if you go anything past medium, and this is just weird. I don't understand, but it's Nexon, so it's all good. And I heard like AUG shots, so I thought he was there, but apparently the AUG shots, it's Diu Liu or something. You'll see it later when he's like OPKing me, and I just quit. So this weapon, you can attach a silencer, which I don't recommend. It'll become like a 50 shot kill. You can put on an ACOG. Well, it's not going to be a 50-shot kill. It'll be like a 15-shot kill. I definitely recommend an extended magazine. You don't need a scope because the accuracy is so terrible, and it's just not worth trying to do. Look at this guy, man, and he's also speeding. Look at this. It's ridiculous. Some ridiculous shit. Some ridiculous shit. All right, so the Mac-10. I don't really think I have anything else to say about it. If you're low level and you want to try this out, go for it. But I do think that the Uzi is better. Uzi has a better recoil pattern. It's got less recoil, and it's got a tiny bit more damage than the Mac-10. So if you're like playing a clan match or some game without backpacks, then you're gonna want to have a very viable secondary, not like a deagle. You want like a USP. Maybe not a G23. A USP, I think, is your best bet with this, because the USP is still pretty viable at medium ranges. It becomes a 4-strike kill and still pretty good. If you have decent accuracy, you can use this weapon in like clan war stuff, but it's not recommended because it's pretty terrible. Now, a lot of times in this game, and that guy, look at him. Now look at my rage quit. You guys, look at this. Oh. Yeah. I know you like that. You like that rage quit and that sexy transition. Alright, so I'm in a cold seed game, which is still not very not a very good map choice, but hey, I like cold seed. I like to rape some booty. Alright, so as you can see right there, look at all those fail stuff. I'm pretty sure my aim wasn't that bad. Not a single bullet hit in that first or second, and I unloaded like 10 bullets into that guy before they started to register. So sometimes you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're just going to rage, you're going to go, wah! And you're just going to be super pissed off when you're using this weapon. So just be aware of that, boys and girls. You should be happy. Okay. Alright, so the Mac-10, it's spread in terms of crosshair size is the same as all the other SMGs, but in terms of like when you're shooting the bullets, it's like by far the worst I've ever seen. And I don't really show you a recoil pattern because like it's so freaking like eat a nade. It's so freaking evident that it's so terrible that I didn't really think that you'd need a recoil test. But it's really heavy horizontal, and it has a little like diagonal, but more horizontal than like diagonal in my opinion. You're probably not gonna get a lotto headshot unless you're like shoulder blade to head lotto off the wall, like G20, like 360 GWK tomahawk, some shit like that. Like across the map, 720 care package stall, jumping off some shit, and then getting a lotto kill on a person who is AFK. That's like your chances of getting a headshot, a lotto headshot with this weapon, because its recoil pattern is just so terrible, and it's frustrating, very frustrating. Alright, so that's pretty much all I have to say about this weapon. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I just wanted to address one more thing. The reason why I haven't been posting so many Combat Arms videos is because in each game I either get rage kicked or a hacker comes in and ruins the game for me. I have already been in one room where like I was elite moderator and I got killed 80 times. Yeah, that's right, 80 freaking times before I could manage to kick him. He had life taker, and it was really gay, with some really gay shit in my opinion. And it didn't really ruin my KDR, but it's still pretty gay. So I don't really like to play Combat Arms at the moment. I'm sure that they'll fix it later on and it won't be as hard to do stuff. But this is just like what it's doing to me right now. So alright, so I will still be doing some more Combat Arms videos, and I'm trying to pistol people, but it doesn't work well. I'm thinking about doing the P90TR, so tell me what you think about the P90TR for a chance to be in the next review. It'll either be the P90TR or the P90TR SE. They're pretty similar guns, except like magazine kind of change, but I will tell you the differences. And look at this, nice ice. If you guys want me to do any other reviews on weapons, please tell me what you want me to review. I'm really done with the GP stuff, like the old weapons. I'm trying to go on to the new ones. If you could, I would appreciate it if you want me to do an NX review, I would really appreciate it if you could just drop it for me, because I actually don't have, I'm dead broke right now. So that's just my current financial crisis, if you know what I mean. And these guys, look at the if you just look at the chat throughout this game, they were like, "Oh my gosh, a pistol!" So then Phoenix on their other team started to pistol too, and it was some jolly fun. But then a hacker made the elite moderator crash, and then he OPK'd because he's gay. Yeah. All right. Just watch the rest if you want to. Peace. That's pretty much all I have to say about this weapon and combat arms. And I'm not going to do any more Modern Warfare 3 because the game is pretty broken for me. A lot of hackers. Can't really kick them like combat arms. So I rage a lot. Don't want that to affect my cholesterol. I'm just going to turn on the sound so you can hear on like the Mac-10 and how it sounds like. And I do sound whore quite a bit in this game. So sometimes you might see me turn back because I heard something and I'm just like so paranoid. Alright, so I'm just gonna turn on the sound, let you guys hear the gun sound. It's kind of unique. It's like a stable gun or something. And yeah, I hope you guys had a nice New Year's, and I will see you guys next time with the P90 TR review. Alright, peace.
Fire in the hole!
Round start. Round start.